What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? So this happened, I guess, a few days ago regarding Larry finally making a statement on why him and Bishop Bernard Jordan isn't cool anymore. But I was kind of thinking about a few things. One, remember William McCray was the one who kind of broke this news to us months ago. And then two, was this just a way out for Larry Reid? Like he probably noticed some stuff or something might have actually happened and not just Bernard Jordan support over Trump. It's a little bit more to the story, y'all, but let's go ahead and dissect it. Let's go ahead and get started with the intro. What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? It's your boy AT2 bringing you another episode of Talk the Real Deal with AT2, and we getting into the church sector over here. Shout out to everybody from the church sector that watches. This is, of course, some kind of messy, gossipy topic, but I'm very curious because I asked you guys a poll question. Hopefully, you answer. Does your favorite YouTuber slash celebrity do their politics have to align with yours? For me personally, yes. Um, and not 100%. And I do want to say that it really more depends. Like it doesn't have to completely line up. Like nobody matches, but you do have to be a decent human being. I will say that as long as you're a decent human being, I can be fine with that. But if you're a shitty person, yeah, more than likely, I kind of know the way that you. Yeah. Anyway, what's up, oh brother? Thank you for being here. What's up, Beauty for Ashes? What's up, Grandma Joy? What's up, Darius? Shout out to the members. What's up, Jackie, Winnie, Rob M? What's up, y'all? What's up, Gina? How you doing? All right. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So remember, some months ago, William McCray had dropped the bomb that there was some, and this is why I don't believe Larry Reid's reasoning behind them having a whatever happened. Because William McCray said Larry found out that he did something and did something behind his back, and he didn't really like it, but he doesn't know whether or not he could speak about it. He texts Larry on that live and asked him if he could speak about it, right? And then, excuse me, they never spoke about it again. Well, William never brought it up. And so it just kind of been this thing where we knew that they weren't as close as they once were, but obviously the relationship, something happened because you don't see him mention Bernard Jordan or having him on his show or his channel anymore. So something happened, right? Now, a few days ago, Larry Reid comes on and say, oh, well, the reason why is because I felt, and I'll just summarize for you guys. Some girl from Bishop Bernard's church felt like he voted for Trump or whatever, so she decided to leave his congregation. And so he asked Bishop Bernard Jordan, who did you vote for? And no, he didn't ask Bishop Bernard Jordan. He said, I know you voted for Trump. And he was all like, how do you know that? Like, he said he had a premonition. You know how Larry thinks God speaks to him and nobody else? God just speaks to him and nobody else. So yeah, God spoke to him and nobody else. But God told him that, yeah, Bishop Bernard Jordan voted for Trump. Now, fast forward, remember they had all those preachers and everything at the White House recently? So they had all those preachers and stuff like that, and Bishop Bernard Jordan was there. It's funny because I forgot who I seen posted on their timeline or whatever, right? On YouTube, but I see the picture and I had hit up somebody else like, hey, did you know that Bishop Bernard Jordan? Because I automatically thought like, oh, Larry Reid probably was gonna go too, but no, Larry wasn't there. So anyway, I seen the picture, and then the person who I was texting, they're all like, "What's up, Clorinda?" The person I was telling, they're all like, oh, well, Bishop Bernard Jordan, I can picture him because basically in so many words, they say he about the money and he don't really actually care. You know, before Manasseh Jordan got into that whole scammer call thing when he was calling the old people taking their money and stuff like that, the prophecy prayer and all that shit. Well, his daddy was, you know, one of the pioneers of them, like, you know, the prophecy scams and all. Yeah, look into it. What's up, Michelle? So yeah, so we know, right? So with that being said, Larry had commented on it and talked about how basically they cower down to all the white preachers and they just want to be a part of the church and they believe in white Christianity and blah, 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 blah. And how can you support this man and all this other stuff, right? So, with this being, and mind you, this is Larry's spiritual father. Now, you guys know I don't go to church. So, I don't know what the hell that, oh, maybe I shouldn't say hell, but I don't know what the heck that means, your spiritual father, especially when you have a father, right? I feel like if you have a father, you shouldn't be calling nobody else your father. Like, I don't get all that, but whatever. It's his spiritual father. What's up, son? What's up, Sharice? What's up, Ronnie? What's up, Sabby? So yeah, so his spiritual father, whatnot, you know, we got that out the way, right? So with this being his spiritual father, shouldn't you? Y'all should have had a conversation about this instead of you putting it on blast online. What was the real issue? What is the real problem, and why are you putting them on blast? Mind you, early in Larry's YouTube career, everything was basically a promo or a plug for Bishop Bernard Jordan. He was promoting him. I guess he looked at over the few years that he's been knowing Bishop Bernard Jordan, he's given him lots of money. And from what I understand, it's upwards in the millions that he have gave Bishop Bernard Jordan. I don't understand that whole giving gifts to the pastor or bishops or prophets. I don't understand the whole gift giving because they're not just giving you like, oh, here's a t-shirt or here's a nice sweater. They're buying each other cars or they're investing in their businesses and all this other crazy stuff. It seemed like a pyramid scheme going on, allegedly. But yeah, they're doing all this other stuff. So again, someone you invested so much time in and you just throw them away, something else had to have happened. Now, I always thought, what's up, Johnny? I always thought it was, yeah, I need to become a pastor too. I always thought Bishop Bernard Jordan and Larry Reid, I always thought they would go their separate ways, right? One being that the whole Larry putting it out there, but Manasseh Jordan was, you know, groomed by TD Jakes. I thought that would be the thing that separated them. Because how are you calling this man your spiritual father, princess? But then you are in turn putting it out there that TD Jakes groomed him and almost forcing Manasseh to come out and say what it was or who it was, because Manasseh just left it open-ended, right? And then Larry Reid was the one to put a name on it. So that was always weird to me. How can you say that but ask for gifts on YouTube? It's very similar. No, princess. No. I'm not telling people God told me that if you give me $1,000, I'm going to pray a prayer so good that it's going to heal your Achilles and you ain't going to have glaucoma in your eye. Your cancer is going to be gone. You're going to have a house worth $1 million. Yeah, princess, you can't. No, princess. No. That's two different things now. Come on, princess. Two different things. I can, yeah, I'm not saying because God told me that. No, I'm not doing all that. I'm not preaching to you. Thank you, Purity. I appreciate that. See, God is going to bless you because you don't get me $5. Who else want to give me a blessing right now? I feel a blessing coming on. Who got $500? Because God told me that Pure T, you're going to have a blessing. You're going to have a blessing. I promise you, a blessing is going to come to you by February 14th of 2027. February 14th of 2027, God is going to bless you. Thank you. Thank you, my sister. We love you. Praise the Lord. See, that's what Larry Reid and all them other people be doing, because God told me that, yeah, that's what they be doing. You know. Yeah, send me 77777, yeah. And all that stuff. Yeah, like those numbers and stuff like that. Send me 9999. Yeah, that's what y'all can send me. 9999. Giving gifts because you want to bless the speaker is different from scamming preachers. So there's nothing wrong with gift giving, right? But I think it's the luxury of it. I don't see where that comes in with God. That's where I'm confused. Like, yeah, it's natural to give gifts and stuff like that, but they're giving each other cars and, you know, just like when Manasseh said he was groomed by TD Jakes, but then bought him a car. And I forgot what kind of car it was. What's up, Queen Studio? But it was some kind of luxury car. So that, to me, is a no-no. You know, I actually do know a preacher. Even though Larry Reid tried to play her like she wasn't. A pastor, I mean. Oh, it's late at night. She's probably not up right now. Okay. But tomorrow, I'm going to ask them what's the most expensive gift they ever got from their people. Ooh, Shotty. God is going to bless you with that 1111. God, the lucky number, is going to bless you. You are going to have a blessing on November the 11th, 2028. November the 11th, my sister, 2028. You are going to be blessed. Thank you, because God told me. Listen, this is literally what the people be saying, and y'all be eating it up. Because God told me you was going to get a blessing, and then y'all eat it up. You be a preacher right now. Like 11. Right. I'm in the wrong profession. I need to be, let me tell you something. Next week, next Friday when we celebrate my 5-year anniversary, we now going to, we're going to become a church channel. I'm telling you. I'm putting that in my notes, by the way. Because shoot. No, 2011. 2011. Can you bless me with the God is gonna get you that? What I say? November 14, 2026. Yeah, that's when the lottery number gonna hit for you. Yeah, we taking all cash. God told me if you pay me, I'll be able to send you a blessing, Trissy. That's what God told me. This is what they be doing. I'm not making this up. This is what they be doing, y'all. I am not making it up. Praise the Lord. I'm telling you. But anyway, okay. So here's my thing with the whole Bishop Manasseh Jordan going to the White House and stuff like that. I actually am not against anybody going to the White House for a purpose. If you're going to the White House just to be seen and to take a picture or like, oh, I'm at the White House. Yeah, I have a problem with that. But if you're going to the White House to try to make some policy changes and trying to make some change and trying to get shit together, I don't mind that. But it's the whole I'm going there for a photo op. I don't like it. I don't like when these celebrities go. I know Lamar Odom recently went because he's in this whole crypto thing. Listen, I don't know much, but there's something with Trump in that crypto that just don't seem right. I think God. I just got a prophecy. That's what happened, y'all. It wasn't a seizure. It was a prophecy. God has told me that something is going on with Trump in that crypto shit. And yeah, something gonna happen with that. That crypto, that Trump and the crypto stuff. Because remember, he had a crypto ball for the inauguration. Oh yeah, something going down because God told me that. That's what happened. What did Ronnie say? Child, I ain't been on church in so long. They gonna stop me at the door. Oh man, because God told me. That's what they be telling. Yeah, and I'm all like, so God only talks to you. Like God doesn't. And that's another thing too. Can we talk about church for a minute? So God only talks to you. God doesn't talk to anybody else. He just talks to you. Or you're a prophet, so he only talks to you. Like, I'm just trying to figure out how that makes sense. And then if I pay you, so you just don't pray for people just because, like, you can only pray for me if I give you money. Like, and mind you, Larry Reid is still saying, oh, he's still a prophet. I'm not saying, don't follow him and don't do this. No, you kind of are. Because if you're saying, hey, I don't rock with this person, more than likely the people that subscribe to you or they follow you are going to be like, oh, well, I don't rock with him either. So technically you are throwing him under the bus. Princess says Orange 4547 and E Musty. I like that. On the Dogecoin. Yep. And that's funny how the whole Doge is named after that coin. They made 9 million when the stocks went down, and probably more than that. And remember, Trump was saying it's the best time it's the perfect time to buy when the stock market had crashed. That's trading. What's the terminology? Trading interference or something? Trade interference, whatever. He needs to go to jail for that. That's what I'm trying to say. Because God, no, that wasn't God. That's just obvious. That's against the law. As a prophet myself, God is supposed to speak to all parties. You shouldn't ask for money for the word. Ding, 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 ding. Princess, you need to tell the other people that. Insider trading. Thank you, Sean. See, Shawnee went to college. That's how she know. Yes, insider trading. That's what it's called. Let me put your comment up. Yeah. So as I was saying, this whole I need to pray in order for you to get something, and you're saying that this man's a prophet, but he's really a prophet. Profit. Again, Profit. Yeah, he is a prophet for money, not an actual prophet. And I just wonder too, how do you get all these names? Prophet, bishop, pastor, doctor. How do you get all these different names? Or do they just name themselves that? Because can I put Bishop AT2? Because I'm just saying, why not? Prophet AT2? I can just put that on there. Now, one thing I do agree with Larry when he was talking about the whole Bishop Bernard Jordan going to the church is like, you're supposed to be a man of faith, and you know that this man talking about Orange 4547 is not a man of faith. He doesn't have any faith in him. Like nothing is Christian about him. He's every stereotype of a sinner, which we're all sinners, right? But where was the God in that whole meeting? Thank you, Florinda Bishop AT2. Thank you. On gifts and positions in the church. Oh, okay. Doctor of Divinity, I believe one of the ones that actually go to school for. Okay, you have to go to school for that one. Okay, that's the difference. Yeah, but again, like I was saying, I do agree that him claiming to be a man of God and then going there. How does that all work? But again, I'm pretty sure Bishop Bernard Jordan went for a point. I don't think he went just to be seen. Remember, I was telling you guys, there's a lot of power in politics. Even if you are rich, people want that political power. Elon Musk is the richest man. You know why he was doing that Doge and stuff like that, firing all the federal workers? Because a few things. He was able to get a lot of government contracts, so subsidies and stuff like that, to make him more money. On top of that, don't forget, when it came to making cuts to air traffic control and all that, he wants to now bring in SpaceX to help with air traffic control. So all the people they've been getting rid of and firing, Elon's hoping to bring his own people in there so he can always secure money from the government, because that's big power, big influence. He'll have more influence that way because his people are literally working for the government. So this all ties into that. This is what these rich people do. Oh yeah, they said don't fly out of Newark. The Newark airport, they say don't fly out of there. Everybody in Jersey. Does anyone remember Reverend Ike? Ike Turner? No, I don't remember Reverend Ike. We're having all these tornadoes and crazy storms. Yeah. In these days and times, I have a hard time believing in spiritual leaders and celebs. I pray for my loved ones, friends, and those who are in need. That's pretty much everyone. Talk to God every day. Yes, exactly. No, that's not who it was. No, I don't remember Reverend Ike. Yeah, I don't remember that one. Welfare Queen. Yep. Okay, he was a scammer. Okay. He wasn't a fairy, he was a scammer. The hell was that? Okay. But back to the point though. I think something also within Larry, he realizes that he's not necessarily a Christian. And I'm not saying that he's a Christian because he's a sexual deviant and all that stuff. You know, I don't even want to get into that. I think he more or less is not a Christian because he more believes in spirituality. Even when he was talking about this whole situation, he was talking about spirituality. And a lot of people think spirituality, they automatically go to like witchcraft and all that stuff, right? But that's not necessarily everything that spirituality is, right? And so I think he's more of that. But the problem is that he can't come out and say, "Oh, I'm not a Christian anymore," because his whole shit is based on being a Christian and telling people about the word of God and through Christianity. If he switches up and say, "Hey, I'm more a spiritualist," it would ruin his brand. I think Larry has been hurt by the church and he knows the games and the inside of it because I mean he does all the church gossip, right? That's how he's known for. He does all the church gossip. So him realizing that, I think it's hard for him to still enjoy what he does and not you know, it's hard. It's hard. I think he's having a hard time with that. He doesn't believe in what he's saying, basically. Hello, AT2 mods. What's up, Addicted? I love your poll. You don't have to align 100%, but we have to have some more. We have to have the same morals. Yes, I agree. I definitely agree. Because nobody lines up 100%. No one, right? But at least you have to be a decent person, right? I thought LR made the connection between Reverend Ike and Bishop J. Did he? Is that what he was trying to say? He also said that he feels like he was played too. LR pretends to be a doctor. In fact, some call him Dr. Reid. Why do we used to call him that, Sunrise? Remember? Why used to say Dr. Reid and all that, right? That man doesn't have a doctorate, a master's, a bachelor's, nor an associate. He might. Yo. And it always felt uncomfortable because Larry Reid is running a whole 501c or 503c, but he runs a gossip channel. Like, he's running a gossip channel under the church nonprofit umbrella. Like, listen, if the feds bust, I'm not saying I want the feds to bust down his door, right? But if the feds bust down his door, don't tell me I didn't warn you. Because that 501c3, right? He running a 501c3 under a gossip YouTube. You can't make this shit up, y'all. You can't make this up. Shit, I know I've been audited, so I don't know what I need to change mine to a 501c3 then. Shit, so I don't get audited because I'm all like, if I've been audited, I know this mofo should be audited. For the yo, and I did say he running a brothel under. I did say that before. Yeah. Yes, he's scamming under a non-profit. Yeah, that shit is weird in itself. I'm just saying. Churches need to be taxed. I agree with you. I agree. I think once you here's the medium. I think once you make so much money, you need to be taxed. If you have private jets, you need to be taxed. What's that one pastor? It's a white one who was all like, the people bought me this jet. I forgot who it was, but yeah, that one he needs to be taxed. Oh yeah, I done appointed myself a bishop. Yep. I should have run a few scams now. I told you, you send me 9.99 or 11.11. I'll pray for you and everything because God told me if you give me money, I'll be able to send you a blessing. That's what He told me. Hold on, let me check the Cash App and stuff like that because I might have got a few blessings. Oh no, I'm still broke. Okay, no blessings here. All right, moving on. Luxury tax, probably. Church is the government. Speak on it. That man is demonic. Reverend Ike was notorious. Won't he do it? Should be required to have background checks. I agree with you. Then you wouldn't have that one weird. Who's the one suing? I'm not even. I'm missing the whole point because that's what I wanted to bring up too about TD Jakes. I honestly feel like once Larry Reid started that whole train on hating TD Jakes and trying to expose him and using Manasseh to do it, I think that's when the relationship really started. Because you're saying that we're cool and I'm your spiritual father, but yet you're using my son, as a YouTube storyline to take down another pastor and making it awkward for me in my business because I probably still associate with TD Jakes. I'm not trying to have no issues with him. So at the end of the day, you're probably making it really awkward. I've never heard Bishop Bernard Jordan's side. And let's be honest about something. After Manasseh said it was TD Jakes grooming him, he was supposed to be revealing all this stuff. And then quickly it went away. What happened? Why did it go away so quickly? Why did Manasseh just say screw? Like, did Manasseh get paid off? Is that what you're telling us? Manasseh got paid off? That's what it seemed like. If Manasseh got paid off. And Larry Reid is claiming that him and Manasseh are still good. I was like, oh, wow. Really? He said they text each other, they talk to each other. I was like, I am surprised. It fooled the hell up out of me. I mean, man. But, if Larry Reid did help Manasseh secure a check, I would still be his friend too. I ain't gonna lie. Ooh, and hide their cash the same way I do. Mm. Yes, bless the Lord. My family used to almost have church talking about Rev Ike. I remember as a little girl. Manasseh had beef with his dad too one time. Yeah, and he was talking about how he got Larry Reid was talking about how he got Bishop Bernard Jordan and Manasseh to talk. He helped heal that relationship and all that other stuff, right? He took the credit for that. TD Jakes is the new Eddie Long. Wow. But again, I will say this. Nobody else has came forward except what's his damn name, you guys? The pervy pastor, what is his name? That's suing TD Jakes, or who's getting sued by TD Jakes? Let me clarify. What's the one? The guy that? Why can't I think of his name right now? Youngblood, yeah, yeah, Pastor Youngblood. Um, and that's a whole mess right there. Yeah, Dwayne Youngblood, that needs to get. Mm-mm. Oh, CL Franklin, Aretha Franklin's dad. Yeah, there was a story that I wanted to do on him, and I just never did it because I think I asked if y'all wanted old school tea, and y'all said no. I thought when Manasseh didn't proceed forward with Jake's scandal, there began the splitting. That's what I thought beautiful, but he's claiming that he still talks to Manasseh. He's claiming he still talks to him. Even after not having a relationship with his dad, he's saying Youngblood is an iconic name, ironic name for him. Yeah, very ironic. Very. Excuse me. Yeah, a lot of this, I'm like, there's a bigger story there. He's just not saying it all. History repeats. Yeah, exactly. Addicted. Um, they're not saying what the bigger story. Well, Larry is not saying what the bigger story is. I bet you anything that has something to do with it. I'll say the politics, quote unquote, has something to do with it. But I also feel like Larry Reid feels he's been taken advantage of. The same thing Larry does to his Patreons, that's what um, Bishop Bernard Jordan was doing to him, taking from him. Oh, if you give me some money and you do this for me, you're going to be blessed. If you keep doing this for me, that's what they do, right? We know how they work. We know how they play people. We ain't stupid. Go from really believing to going to tour. Ooh, that's a good question. Because do they actually believe the stuff that they say? How does one allow a PDF on your? That's a great question. Because he was supposed to be healed, quote unquote. That's what he said. He's supposed to be healed, even though he had just got out of jail a few months before that interview, right? Yeah, healed my ass. Ain't that crazy? Joel Osteen Church in the bathroom. I think I remember that hearing that story. Yeah, I remember that. Larry views be down. Bishop might be the next story on the docket. Oh, okay. I get what you're saying, Monique. Okay. You want to get your views up, start a beef. They get richer and you still looking for your blessing. Yep. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Because all those people who gave money, have they been blessed? Or are they on some kind of spiritual high and they don't even realize they haven't got anything out the deal? Mm. Ain't that something? But anyway, you guys, I just wanted to bring you this story real quick. This wasn't going to be a long one. I just found it very interesting. And I kind of just wanted to bring up, like, okay, you saying that this was the reason why, and now you finally want to tell us and all this stuff. Honestly, feel like it's something else, but hey, we'll go along with your lie. If this lie makes you feel better, we'll go along with it. Start a beef and start a beef and start crying. Exactly. Shed them tears. Shed them tears. That's what my enemies like to do. Mind you, you guys, remember I said I was going to do AT2 versus 100 or 100 versus AT2? So far on the list. Now, mind you, these aren't people that I'm currently beefing with, but a lot of them, yeah, I have 63 people on the list so far of the people I've beefed with on YouTube on my last 5 years on here. That's pretty. That's a lot of people, y'all. I need help. AT2 is the problem. Let me get on the hell of my. Let me get out of here, y'all. I love y'all. Thank you so much. And of course, I didn't want to say this now because I didn't even make a post, but might as well. Congratulations to all my AT-tubers. We have finally reached 60K. So I just want to say thank you to everybody who has been subscribing, watching my channel, supporting me. It's a blessing that I've been able to get to this point and really be able to live out my dreams of entertaining you guys. So I just want to say thank you. And we're going to get to that 100K one day. Ugh. It's been slow and steady, but yeah, we're going to get to that 100K. Now, Danielle, why would you come over here and say some stupid? Now, Danielle, why would you say that stupid shit when I'm about to get off? Danielle, you lucky that I reached 60K, or I would have cussed you out. But I'm gonna leave you alone. Thank you, I guess. Thank you. Yes, 60.2K. Thank you. What's up, Jackie? Thank you. Thank you, Addicted. Thank you, son. I appreciate y'all. We out of here. Deuces, everybody.